Hello, out there. We made it. You know what day this is? Yes, I'm sure you know. You know what happens on these days? Yes, I'm sure you do. Or perhaps you don't remember anymore, or perhaps you do remember. Well, in any case, if you do not know or you don't remember, so here it goes. It's Friday. It's the Friday dance. Are you ready? Now, guys in the studio, it's franchise, so you're not joining me in this Friday dance. I'm doing it all by myself, so let's go. It's Friday. It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Yippee! Yeah, I added a little twist to the Friday dance. I hope you like it. Yeah, just a little bit of variety. It's Friday, and I'm always very happy when it's Friday. So today we're still talking about getting into the new year, preparing ourselves emotionally into the new year, because when you have emotional health, mental health, you will have physical health, and you're more likely to do better. And they're all intertwined anyway. You cannot separate them and divorce them. That is why I want us to really start the year with healthy emotional health and healthy mental health. And that way we're going to have healthy physical health. That's why I decided to start from that point in this new year and move forward in that direction and in other directions. So let's look today at rejection, sorting through the facts and the crap. Oof, am I supposed to say crap on TV? I'm not quite sure, but you know me. I always say the things I'm not supposed to say, and I do say the things I'm supposed to say as well as the things I'm not supposed to say. But let the legal department fight that out, and let's move on. Okay. Now let's paint a scenario. So your boss calls you into her office. I'm going to use a her because I think I prefer the idea of female bosses. So she calls you into the office and to complain about something you overlooked in a project that you had just completed, and you're off the project. Now it feels like all the hard work, all the effort, all the preparation, everything you did has evaporated with just that one problem. Or you're in university and your professor asks to speak to you after class for just a moment, and then he suggests that maybe you're not really cut out for the course that you're studying in university, and suggests that you might be better off with another course. I know how you must be feeling. I know the things that will be going through your head at this time. Now, let's take the scenario a little bit more bizarre. Well, perhaps not more bizarre, but a little bit more personal and less technical. Now, your boyfriend or your girlfriend calls you up and says, we need to talk. And you know how you feel when that call comes, and when your boyfriend or your girlfriend calls you and says, we need to talk, you say, oh boy, here comes the hammer. And then of course, they break up with you. Usually that's what comes after the we need to talk. And after what you thought, after investing 2 years together with this person, and you thought that this was really going well, and this was really a good thing, and this happens. Now, we all have times when we find it difficult to avoid making too much of our mistakes and perceived failures, because we will make mistakes. We will have some failures in some areas. Now, but how do you react to rejection without taking it personally? And that's what we're going to talk about. And how do you not feel like the world is crashing down on you and crashing around you when you've been rejected, so to speak, in these ways? Now we're going to look at some ways to avoid personalizing errors and rejection. And not taking rejection personally is a skill that you can learn, just like any other skill, any other coping skill you can learn. You can learn this one as well. And I'm going to give you some tips to help you get started. First of all, do not catastrophize criticism. If you get a rejection, it does not mean that you are never going to be successful. If you get negative feedback on a piece of work, it does not mean that you have no capacity to become better or that you have no talent. If you find yourself personalizing rejection or negative feedback, ask yourself whether you are catastrophizing, which means, oh, it's a catastrophe, you're blowing it up far into a bigger deal than it actually is. Now, be gentler on yourself, people, about your imperfections, about your mistakes, and times when you're not as good at something as you would like to be or as you think that you should be. And If you learn to be nicer to yourself about these feelings, then you won't automatically jump to feeling attacked when other people make comments. Something else you should be mindful of, or you should take into consideration, is that you should frame taking rejection well as a positive goal. For example, frame refusing to personalize at work as being part of professional and robust development, when you decide that, oh, even if you're criticized at work, it's okay and it doesn't matter. Now, you should also learn to label your emotions accurately, because emotions drive thought as much as thoughts drive emotions. Yes, your emotions will give you the thoughts, and your thoughts will give you the emotions. So it's a two-way street. What emotions trigger personalizing for you? Now, some common ones, that emotions that your thoughts can trigger would be anxiety, embarrassment, disappointment, and anger. Now, if you label your emotions accurately and correctly, and your reactions to them as well, you can then focus on doing some appropriate self-care to deal with that emotion. Now, once the emotion subsides, so will the personalizing. Now, often appropriate self-care for emotions just involves accepting that you are not having the emotion and patiently waiting for it to pass. Now, the things people can do to try to get rid of their emotions usually end up causing more harm. So getting rid of your emotions, trying to get rid of it, is actually not the answer. Now, you need to put yourself in situations in which rejection is likely but does not have any major negative consequences, just as a form of practice. Doing things such as making requests when you expect to be that you might get a no will actually help you to learn that rejection is not personal almost all the time. Now, don't be overly eager to please because you're afraid of being disliked. There are some people that live their entire lives to just try and please everybody, try and get along with everybody. Don't do that. You're going to wreck your health. You're going to wreck yourself. You're going to end up not making any progress or advancement. And those people will really not like you after all said and done. Now, be warm, but have good boundaries and learn to say no. It's okay to say no to people. Don't have a no phobia. There's some people who have a no phobia. Can you do this? Oh yes. Can you do that? Oh yes. So everybody would say, oh, she's so sweet and nice. No, I'm not so sweet and nice. I'm a realist. And if I can't do it, I would say, oh, I'm sorry, but no, I can do it. Why? But why? No, I can do it. And that's just it. And move on. And they'll still like you. If they don't like you now, maybe they'll like you in future. Or maybe you don't need them to like you after all. Now, believe in your capacity to become someone who does not excessively personalize things. I see a lot of people who seem to have accepted that they are doomed to a lifetime of being the way they've always been. This is not true. You can change your cognitive style. You can change how you react to things. You can change how you perceive things. And you can change you. It's not an automatic thing. It's not a snap of the finger. It's a process. And so you need to start that process. For me, it's Friday and I'm going off to start the process of partying. So see you on Monday.